right, we're checking out the only game where you have two options. You can either die averagely or you can die painfully. It's Guess Who? I'm not gonna lie, there is a lot of options for finding out who will die first here. I think the thing about this that's like the most twisted is that a man just died and no one really cares except for one single person. Like the security guard or the usher or whatever just got slain. The one dude screaming on the left is like, sound the alarm. And the other three guys on the bottom that don't care are like, yeah, you mean the nobody gives a damn alarm? I mean, I feel just like the Highlander, because this dude just took a life, everyone should be coming after him next to absorb his soul. So I'm gonna go with that. Because I'm often so right about how people die, I'm gonna bet 20 coins on this too. It's happening. 100. Yeah, oh no, it's the wife! Oh God, no! To be fair, getting run over by a sports car in the middle of a movie theater is kind of cool. Ah, yes. Sitting at the bus stop where love and loss both comes together. What is this? Oh, she gave up her seat to, never mind. Princess Peach was trying to do a good thing for Diet Neo over here, but you took her kindness for granted. Part of me is still waiting for Sunglasses Man, for his sunglasses to be part of his death. I'm sure he'll just be beaten to death by the bus stop sign, but I kind of want to see someone, I don't know, like break his glasses and then cut him to death with the broken shards. That may be a little violent for this game, but a man can dream. I also have to take a moment to mention the background architecture. How come some of the buildings look like giant propane tanks? There's just like a random sign pointing as well. It's like, what is on this sign? It says this way to violence. But either way, someone is going to kill this man. I 100% know it. Violence is always the answer. Finally, everything is as it should be. Low budget Xerxes has to come across Leonidas, but this time he has the cut and paste ogre with him. On the plus side, if Leonidas does jump up on top of this ogre's shoulders, he will have the high ground. I also love how low-cal Xerxes uses a different approach to warfare. He puts all of his bow people out in the front. He's over here, he's like, okay, you two, yeah, stand next to the gigantic green guy with a mohawk and a Mandalorian helmet. It'll be fine. Leonidas 100% winning this one. Yeah! I'm actually more impressed by that because he couldn't see what the hell he was doing. I was expecting him to climb on the back of the ogre. Ah, yes. Everyone. Oh! Oh! Free PNG fire at work, baby. I'm gonna be real here. For the type of game this is probably the smoothest animation I've seen in Stickman stuff in a while. I also love that everyone's having a good time. Obviously, the dragon can't have that, so he sets the entire royal family on fire, and now he's like, why is everyone so pissed off? Who won? Technically the dragon. He has wings, they have swords. I also don't know why there's just a random sword inside all the treasure. I guess it could be a really expensive sword, but it just looks like someone got drunk and left it there. It took me a while, but I noticed two very troubling things with this scene. First off, this dragon came in and set everyone on fire and didn't turn these damn torches on. Number two, his feet looks like he's wearing 4 Converse. Seriously, we went through the time and the art to put like little singular pieces of gold inside of the gold pile, but we couldn't give him some claws. Maybe this is just the smartest dragon known in existence. He's like, I'm not walking outside with bare feet. I can't, his feet also look kind of small. Like besides the leg day skipping, it looks like he's wearing a child size 4. We're going dragon for this. The dragon absolutely won. Yeah, what the hell? Is there anyone left to burn? The way this game is going, I'm waiting for the time when the dragon tries to hit on the princess and she says yes, because he is now the wealthiest being in the land. Okay, there's the entire court. It's like Game of Thrones season 8 all over again. We're so hungry. What is, and we're thirsty for beer. Never trust stick figures with blue skin and angel wings. Oh, it's like angelic Smurf girls. This is way too convenient. There is no way. These girls are cannibals. We all know this to be true. I like how getting something to eat suddenly turns everyone in this game into an asshole. I have to take a moment to mention how every asset in this game looks angry. This horse is over here. He's like, I don't get paid enough for this. The story's a little bit muddled, but I'm still trying to figure out exactly how this king keeps getting himself into these messes. How did he become king? He hasn't made one good decision since the game started. His one ability is the ability to royally piss off everyone he comes across. I just realized the internal pun there. Who died first? I have a feeling Kid Icarus's horse is gonna end up curb stomping the king. In fact, I'm willing to bet this on it. Okay. Ah, yes. To be fair, I thought it was gonna be the horse. Let me give this game's developers some criticism. It should have been the horse. All that's left at this point is the king. And he's mostly crippled at this point. Luckily though, he happens upon a house with beer and meat. I love how just everything is just cans of beer in this game. He just commits robbery, comes into this house. You might say, Gray, it's not really robbery. He's not so much beating this other man or threatening him. Bull crap. He is throwing that haunch of meat at this man's kneecaps with a lot of veracity. I'm kind of surprised. This king has been through a lot and he's still alive. I mean, I have to pick him. Looking deeper into the scene, I can say if this guy gets killed, it's technically because he had it coming. I realize this dude's probably like, I never hurt anyone. Oh, really? Your house is made of wood and you're surrounded by trees. So tell me, where did all the wood come from? How much barley was slain for all this beer? I know this guy could try and make the argument. He'd be like, those are plants. Yeah, plants are alive too. They just can't run as fast. I also have to point out that this one stick figure is eating for 30, but he doesn't have the money to put a lock on his door. Told you. This story of this king is getting really twisted. He's basically the worst king ever known in any game, and now he's about to get cannibal. Well, it's not really cannibalism, unless this guy kills him and then eats the king. What would be even better right now is if this demonic being is like, hey, do you want some? And this dude's like, yeah, I'm starving. So thinking back to the guy whose house got robbed by the king, like, where did that meat come from? The only two animals I've seen in this forest are derpy wolves and this thing. Who knows? That dude's been living in the woods. Maybe he is naked and afraiding it. He looks at this type of thing right here and he's like, ah, red-skinned bone demons is good eating with an ice-cold beer and a side of curly fries. Who knows? I don't know though. I don't really know demon etiquette. Maybe he's not trying to burn the king. Maybe he just thought the king was cold and he's trying to warm him up. I mean, it's medieval times. There's not really any space heaters. So if you sit next to the fire, you only get warm on one side. But if you experience the fire on a spit, you get warmed on all sides. Actually, I just realized the demon is happy. Maybe that's what this is all about. My dad taught me a saying. You know the saying, red sky at night, sailor's delight. He also said, if the demon's skin is red, you're probably dead. He's just having a twofer. Also, I have to mention how inappropriate this looks because the sword is just pointing downward toward the fire. Okay, this is... You sick bastard! You just killed an adorable, malformed dog. You committed the worst atrocity on all of YouTube. I think I'm reading into this too far, but having the two boulders here, it actually makes the forest look like an unhappy face. I guess I should really be thinking, how did all this get here in the first place? Who hunts like this? Also, I just realized the damn wolves don't have claws either. They're wearing shoes as well. It doesn't even really look like a wolf. It just looks like two guys in a wolf costume. He can't get them both, right? Yeah! I picked the right one too. I never actually thought it would be the one on the left that would feast on his organs. That dog is like, I love the taste of hypothalamus. What? Is this like Mech Warrior? What is this, like medieval Iron Man? I don't even know. I feel like we're so far beyond the main storyline at this point. This is gonna be like the ending to Endgame 2. Here it comes, the moment where Iron Man destroys his derpy Xeroxed brother. Kind of like Ultron, but with way less CGI. What is this, like a good golem and then a golem that doesn't pay his taxes? Obviously, the golem that doesn't pay his taxes. You son of a... Justice always wins. The ethics in this game turns on a dime. That is not what I have learned so far playing this. Who died first? Honestly, everyone here seems to be in a position for potential death. This road looks like something out of a Facebook ad. You know the ads where it's always like, oh, the most dangerous roads in the USA. Now that I think about it, maybe this entire instance is like Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Like they put you in front of a ramp and you have two options to stand and they're like, well, you got a 50-50 shot. The winner gets $1 million, the loser becomes a hood ornament. We both know that the only reason it's always a red car in this game is because the guy just gets tired of washing all the blood out. Anyway, unless he really limp wrists the throttle, it has to be this guy. Yay! Perfect. This is the most elaborate death scheme I have seen in this game yet. This is like Saw level stupidity. We've got a rock dropping on this guy, which will, I guess, maybe change the weight, causing him to get impaled while this guy comes down and steps on a bunch of Legos. Even if this was some kind of like Saw episode, it still feels really overcomplicated. I feel like the little puppet would be like,
I want to play a game.
And this dude would be like, well, your game is stupid. I feel like his death would trigger all this, but honestly, this guy should get picked just because he's an idiot. It could just be his thought process. If I'm going down, everyone's coming with me. Damn it, the scales of justice just got balanced. What is happening in this game? Who died first? I don't know. Anyone here could get Sparta kicked. This is one of the few games that turns death into a very involved physics experiment. I know it's kind of morbid, but I feel like kids would pay attention more in school if their result ended in the life of a stick man. It's kind of sad too, because your grade isn't technically a letter, it's a death toll. A distinct lack of physics though tells me it's this man. Okay. Yep. Now these two have to fight to the death. Do it! Oh my God, what the hell? God, it's true. It's like a freaking science fair project, except it always ends in death. I know someone's gonna be like,
isn't that how you guys do science fairs in Florida?
Yes, but that's besides the point. Him? This is the only game that could make dominoes violent. Yeah! Oh, it's a bloodbath. I don't like the fact that there's a lot of math involved here. You know, they might actually have something here. I always hated math, but if my choice was either to do the math or die, I might have taken it more seriously. I guess actually in that instance, I wouldn't have liked it more. I would have just been more afraid of it. Just like taking a test and not knowing the answer, so you always pick C and hope for a passing grade. I'm just gonna always go with the left. I was very wrong. Well, to be fair, everyone did end up dying. This game is like the stupidity can't handle any survivors. What in the hell? Is this, so the laser is going to bounce the beam off the glass. What the hell? I feel like there's no good options here. Everyone should die because they're all stupid enough to participate. Also, how come my ray gun looks like a violet massager? So here, to here, to here, to here. At that point, I'm lost. I have no idea. This guy, go. Oh my. At this point, I don't know if that guy died because he didn't take into account refraction or if he was just on his cell phone. I'm not sure what we're doing. The one on the left. Actually, you know what? The one in the middle. Oh, it's magnets! Welcome to modern schooling. A parent would be like, what did you learn today about magnetic fields, son? And the child would be like, that they're violent. Why is this a question? It's like a round ball or a square. If this square starts rolling faster than this, I'm gonna be pissed. This might not even be a question as to which shape will kill the person first. It might just be the person pushing who wants their individual to die fastest. See, it's not about shapes, it's about motivation. It should, you know what, I'm gonna bet 20 on this. Oh, thank God. Oh, this guy got double teamed. He got slain by all the different shapes. The fact that now it's literally taking brain power. Like, I got a headache. I'm not supposed to think this hard. I'm assuming this is water. It could also be jello shots. Even if this guy doesn't die from the gigantic boulder thing, he's still gonna suffocate. All he's doing is prolonging the inevitable. Basically, he should just let this happen. In fact, he's being selfish. He should just swim to the surface so that it's easier. I'm gonna go with this guy though. Jello shots! Hell yes! Oh. Oh my God! It is eating the townsfolk! How hungry are you, you sick bastard? Also, is it just me or does that spider look a lot like one of the Among Us creatures? Who won? The spider just ate 3 of your friends. I'm going to say the spider. This guy did nothing! I was gonna say all he did was die, but that was like a 2000 IQ play. That dude was inside, he was like, this spider can't defend its colon. Okay, finally we're coming back against the dragon. I really was wondering where the hell this story arc was going. This is the true fellowship of incompetence. Again, this king has never done anything good for his people or anyone around him. So you got like, with my shield and my sword, and my bad life decisions. Meanwhile, this dragon is still over here. He's like, do you know how many shoes I could buy with all this treasure? Also, this dragon's been chilling inside this castle for how long? And he still hasn't turned on the damn torches. Again, I kind of assumed that the dragon would end up marrying the princess. I want this dragon to get to the end of this story. Please. Yeah, that's what happens. I don't know whether to call the dragon incredibly smart or the people he was fighting very stupid. Ah, yes. Football head finds a ring. I don't know what the hell he's doing. I don't know if he's trying to sword in the stone this thing or if he just doesn't understand if it's edible or not. King comes over. He's gonna steal the precious. That is a great way to get... What was that battle cry? When in doubt, always pick the guy with the pancaked head. See? He's faster. He's been dealing with Oh, it is the One Ring. Ow! I do like an underdog, so I'm hoping that stick figure comes back with a normal shaped head. Like the king hit him so hard, it reshapes back to its original shape, and then he teams up with the dragon and kills everyone. We're back to the dragon. Okay, so now he has a ring. Like at this point, the king has literally made the Avengers assemble. He's got a shield, he's got a sword, he's got the ring, but he still has the IQ of a depressed ferret. Go get him. This is gonna happen. Oh, never mind. No, dragon! I've stayed with you for so long! Now he's gonna get stabbed in the ass! See, his ass is unprotected. It's gonna happen. The ass stabbing! The story arc is complete. I'm uninstalling. Well, folks, I think that this taught us something. When in doubt, stab him in the ass. Anyway, folks, hope you enjoyed this episode of Guess Who. Until next time, stay foxy and much love.